Welcome back.
We're back. 2 p.m. stream is here. We're keeping going. We're getting towards, well, this is our third stream. Going through, yeah.
So again, make sure you guys smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. We got a ton of really great streams today. This is going to be a really cool one as well. Make sure you go over to waterboxaquariums.com/Blue Friday for all the details. Tell them a little bit about the giveaways.
Yep, so in this stream, we are once again giving away 6 $500 Waterbox gift cards. That giveaway is now open. So on the Blue Friday page, on this stream, on the schedule, you're going to see enter giveaway. So that is open for the first 30 minutes of the stream. So go ahead and get entered in. And then also it's going to be bonus word. And that's going to be randomly popped up on the screen throughout the stream. So you want to stay watching because that's going to give you extra entries into the giveaway. So that's going to pop up, add that into the giveaway section, and you're going to get extra entries. We also, of course, have our grand prize, $5,000 Waterbox gift card, and that is open, and that's on the Blue Friday page as well. Get your entries in. There's social actions, all these other things you can do to get extra entries, and we're going to announce the winner of that on our final stream today, our 6 p.m. stream, our grand finale. So
yes, both the raffle,
enter, get your monies.
Yeah, both the raffle and the grand prize end at 6 p.m. So,
yes.
And I highly encourage you guys, and I appreciate all of you that already have, to go donate to that raffle, because even if you don't win anything, you're still supporting a great cause, and you can donate as little as $10. So.
Yes. If you saw our last stream, it was all about Marine Discovery Center and what they're doing, and that is, of course, who we are doing the raffle for, to support and raise money for.
Yes.
So, and for Blue Friday, 15% off.
Site-wide.
It's a time to get your stuff. New aquarium, supplies, chemistry, all of the goodies.
Yes.
Now is the time.
And that goes till the 17th. But I'd suggest getting in now, because there's going to be a lot of orders coming in. You want yours to ship as fast as possible, so don't wait if you can.
You know, the very first Blue Friday order has already shipped.
Oh, wow.
So warehouse is working hard and already getting orders out. So you do want to get in as early as possible, because it does start getting backlogged, and you know, of course, first in line, first out whenever, you know, orders come in. So and if you do win money, grand prize or any of the gift cards in the streams, and you place an order, it will be applied to your order, so it will be taken off of order if you've already placed it. So don't wait on that account.
I do want to mention too, we not only have 15% off, but we're also running a special promotion with Bread Finance. So you can get up to 18-month 0% financing on whatever you buy.
That's really good.
Take a look at that. Take a look at the terms too, but yeah, good stuff. Today, on this stream, not today, we're going to take a look into this 230.6 that's to our left that Jess has been working on now for over 11 months, and also building the mini series called Year of the Reef. So we're gonna, I'm gonna go through some questions, and we're gonna talk all about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So first off,
interviewing me.
I am.
This is weird. All right, so let's just do this.
So this is the same series we've been following with Year of the Reef. Tell us a little bit about the journey so far.
Yeah, so the Infinia Reef 230.6 that we have here has been what is in the Year of the Reef. And it's been fun because it's something new that we've never done before, is following an aquarium from day one, which is uncrating it, putting it in place for a whole year, stocking it, maintenance, learning about, you know, flow, what equipment, cycling, you know, so recovery and maintenance, care, everything. So you're following along with this aquarium for a full year. And it's been actually a really fun, different experience.
Excellent. So for those that haven't maybe seen Year of the Reef, give us a rundown on what makes this system so special.
So the Year of the Reef is taking you through every aspect of an aquarium, setting it up, keeping it. And what we're doing, or what I'm doing in that series, can be applied to any size aquarium. So it doesn't matter if, you know, it doesn't have to be a large aquarium. What we're teaching in there is anyone could never have set up an aquarium before, never had a saltwater reef. And by following this series, you can do it successfully. And that was the goal, is to do something that was easy to follow, guided you through each step, setting it up, how to, filling it, aquascaping, cycling, how to stock it, maintenance schedule, all of those things that, even if you've never touched a saltwater aquarium in your life, can do it successfully and easy.
The one thing that I really like about this video, as simple as it is, or about this series, is you even go through how to uncrate it, because that's very important.
It is.
A lot of people don't think of that.
It really is, taking you through everything you need to know. And along with this series has also been a giveaway. So
Yes.
there's been 4 giveaways. Well, we're on our 4th one.
Yeah.
They're having 3 so far. 4 $2,000 gift cards. So
More
we're on our-
money?
Yes, more money. So we've given away 3. The 4th one is open, so you can actually enter in still. So it's tied around a giveaway as well.
Okay. So what made you choose the Infinia specifically in the 230.6?
I think the Infinia range is one of our most popular ranges, and any size you go with for 4, 5, or 6 foot is nice, just because it has a good wide footprint. And I chose a 6 foot, of course, because it's bigger. I wanted to do some tangs in
we
there.
want the biggest
yes.
one.
So I went with the 6 foot for that, and the Infinia range is definitely my favorite.
So from the beginning, what was your vision for setting up, or your goal for setting up the reef?
Really, it was to set up a large, successful reef that anyone could do. Keeping it simple and providing the guidance so that it was easy to follow and it didn't make it complex, and just step by step, someone could do it as well.
So making it easy, which is what we try to do with everything that we do. Tell the viewers a little bit about the Plus Edition package. We talked a little bit about it earlier.
Yeah, so you'll find on all of our models, there's this Plus Edition option, and comes with all the necessary equipment and chemistry and supplies and stuff that you really need to get started. And what we've done is we've chosen what pairs perfectly with the model, so you don't have to think about it. There's so many options out there, and just thinking of what should we do, and it can become overwhelming. And so for example, with the Infinia here, your Plus Edition, coming with, of course, the aquarium setup, which is aquarium, your plumbing, sump, and cabinet. But then you're also getting lights. You got the mesh lid. You got power head, return pump, protein skimmer, heaters, auto top off. You have your control box. Then you get your reef salt. Can't talk. Core elements, your bacteria, and your filtration media. So not only do you have the equipment that you need to get started, but you also have the base to fill it with your reef salt. You have your core elements that you can need to dose anyway. The bacteria, just like with aquarium, and then your filtration media like carbon and phosphate media, which you're going to need. So it really gets you started on the right foot without having to really think about what you need, and kind of the best of everything.
Yeah, and what's really cool about the Plus Edition too is you actually put these together. You know exactly what items and pieces of equipment should go with each system, and it's paired and sized appropriately. So you eliminate the homework for you guys that are looking to get into an aquarium system. What do you think are some of the design features in Infinia that really make it stand out?
With the Infinia, the plumbing is easy to put together, and that's all of our ranges. But that's one of the things that I think a lot of people, when they get into maybe sump system, are kind of scared of. They're like, there's plumbing. You screw some pieces together with ours, and that's all you do.
No glue.
Yeah, there's no glue, there's no cutting. It's super easy. You're just twisting your unions and stuff together. So it's really, really easy. The sump is huge. We really have big sumps in the Infinia range, so you have tons of space for all the equipment that you could want. And this range also has the refugium baffle. It's removable, so you don't have to run it, but you have the option to have a refugium section, which I think is a great benefit. And then with them, the Infinias being 25 inches wide, it's great for aquascaping. You have plenty of footprint size to do some nice aquascaping, and it gives you that extra plenty of space to do tangs or larger angels, things like that. That you wouldn't be as comfortable to do in a more narrow aquarium.
I noticed an FLED on that refugium there.
Yes, there is.
Hint, hint. Let's get into the gear. So let's look at the lighting. What is the lighting that you chose to go with on this one?
So we are running 3 Radeon XR30 blues. I prefer the blues on it, and you'll see in our Plus editions, that's also what we place with them. I chose them because they're going to give you enough light to do any corals that you want to do. So it's not going to limit you at all. They have full controllability. They have, you know, an easy app. They're just something that you know you're going to get good results from.
Perfect. How about the flow? What are you using?
So with flow, once again, with the Plus edition, you don't have to think about it. It already comes, takes care of it. So you get your return pump that's properly rated for the amount of flow you want through. We aim really for 5 to 8 times turnover through your sump. You don't want to super speed water through your sump. It's not going to be effective for your refugium, for your skimmer. You want power heads to do your internal flow. So, you know, the Plus edition comes with a properly rated pump. Then you have power head inside the aquarium. So we have 2 power heads in there currently. The Plus edition comes with 1, so it's a great starting point. As you get more stuff, you may want to add a second one. And, you know, for flow, when you have your return nozzles, have those at the surface agitating your water, your surface. Your power heads are creating the randomized flow inside the aquarium, and your return pump is circulating flow to your filtration in your sump.
What about filtration? What do you got running in there for that? It is a large tank, so that's pretty important.
Yes, it is. So we have the Waterbox Protein Skimmer 400 in here. And like I said, this is all what comes with the Plus edition. So this is what is pairing with the system. Everything is rated for it. So we
Look
have
how dense that foam is in that.
Yeah, it runs great. So we have the Protein Skimmer 400 model is the main nutrient export that we use. We don't have any reactors to run media, but we do have the refugium set up, and it is running, like you said, the FLED light water box. And I'm going to tell you, that light grows some macroalgae.
I was going to ask, how has it been working out?
It works really, really well.
Because we have not marketed that for this particular situation, but we've been testing it and could be something that...
Yeah, it works great for macroalgae for your refugium. And because I do it often, I knock it into the water. I really should put some legs on it, since it is ICP,
How many?
IP.
IP 67, I believe, 68.
Yeah, IP rated. It's waterproof practically.
Yeah, no,
So
it's very waterproof.
I drop it in regularly, and then I just take it out and wipe it off, and
So you've
it's
dropped
good.
it in how many times, do you think?
I don't know.
A lot?
A lot.
It's still running. That's what's really cool.
Yes. So it works great as a refugium light. And then media-wise, we run Waterbox Carbon and Waterbox Phosphate media. And that I just use in bags in the filter socks. So
Cool.
it's pretty simple.
What about automation? Anything running in that area?
So the goal with this aquarium, and we always really preach this a lot, and with Year of the Reef, the kind of point is a simple setup that anyone can do is we don't have much automation on here. We really don't. We have an auto top-off unit. We use the Tunzi, and that is our automation. So we don't have controllers, we don't have water testing things, we don't have any of that fancy stuff. And that's what we really kind of focus on is, you know, anyone getting into this, you get super gadgety with it. It can scare people off. So, of course, as you get into it, feel free to grab, you know, add a lot more stuff to it. But we really like to keep things very, very simple. So
Yeah, you can make an aquarium as complicated as you want it, but we want it to be digestible. So if you want to get more complicated, by all means.
The only automation we have is that auto top off.
So in the series, you talk a lot about water chemistry. What type of ranges do you keep your calcium mag in for this thing?
So our target range for really any reef we keep, but so alkalinity 8 to 9, and you know the range is important with alkalinity, but stability is the most important whenever you talk about alkalinity. So you really want stability there. Calcium 420 to 460, and magnesium 1300 to 1400 is our goal. For like nitrates, of course, because those are something you want to consider, under 10. But you know, we're not really concerned as much with nitrate levels because if they do get a little bit higher with all things, it's about stability. So if they do rise up, it's really, the corals are okay as long as they're not jumping around a lot. And then phosphates like to keep around like 0.05. So phosphates, we do like to keep them lower on, because you let those creep up, that algae is going to jump in real fast.
And I'm guessing you're using Waterbox reef salt.
Yes.
And actually,
and the reef salt is designed to be in those ranges, because I find that those are like the perfect parameters.
Yeah.
So the reef salt we developed to be in those ranges.
And I've seen a lot of people wonder, like because salt's a big deal, right, with an aquarium. So for people to switch or to start using one, they have to be really confident. Well, you're seeing the videos of this tank, and that's using that Waterbox reef salt, and it works wonderfully, and it's one of the cleanest salts on the market too. What's your dosing schedule look like?
So we test once a week on here, and dosing is done by hand every day. So with dosing, big believer, small amounts every day. Even if it's 1 ml of something, because you don't need much of it, it's better than every couple of days dosing 5 milliliters. So consistency equals stability. And of course, we dose Waterbox core elements for alkalinity, calcium, and magnesium. And we use, like you said, the Waterbox reef salt for our water changes. And because the numbers match what we like to keep our reef at, we don't get any fluctuations. It doesn't disrupt our dosing schedule and our numbers when we do a water change. And that's really important, to have an aquarium salt that matches what you keep your aquarium at, because every time you do a water change, if your salt's way off, then you're disrupting what your levels are and your dosing. So I think that's really important to kind of match those two things.
So what about managing nutrient levels, like nitrates and phosphates? What's your strategy?
The refugium itself and the skimmer keep the nitrates pretty low on their own. We really haven't had any issues with nitrates themselves. And with that, we do water changes every 2 weeks, and it's really not for nitrate control. It's really just to replenish like the elements and trace elements and stuff like that. So even though our nutrients aren't there, we stay with the water change schedule every 2 weeks. We also use the Waterbox probiotic bacteria, and that helps nutrient control as well. So that's something that you use on an established aquarium. That's one of our newer products too.
Yes.
So if you have an established aquarium, do check that out, because it does help nutrient export within your system. So it's a good one to try. For phosphate, if the number goes above that 0.5 that we like to keep it at, we're going to replace the phosphate media. So we replace it as needed. It's not necessarily on any kind of schedule. And of course, there's always the risk of water being too clean. So if we notice that the nitrates are getting too low, which can be a problem for the corals and stripping the water, we're going to increase our feeding. We're going to pull the macroalgae from the refugium to a smaller amount, so it's not absorbing as much nutrients, or pull back a little bit on the probiotic bacteria. So we don't want the nitrates going too low in a mixed reef, because they do appreciate some nitrates in there.
So have there been any lessons or challenges in regards to chemistry in this tank during the year?
Not really much as far as like chemistry lessons, because we've always really closely monitored this aquarium. With testing every single week, we don't really let anything get out of control. Because we don't just kind of slack on it or whatever. But we do have to keep an age on the nitrates getting too low. So there's very frequently that we have to kind of pull back on the refugium.
Really?
Put it down to just a small amount of like the Chaeto, because it's pulling too much out. So we increase our feeding to the fish, we'll increase our feeding to the coral, kind of beef the number up a little bit more if that happens. Not really chemistry, but it does get too clean sometimes.
I'm learning a lot right now, because I get to actually come over and I look at this tank, but I have had no part in setting it up. So I get to enjoy it, but I don't know all these details. So this is like a legit thing we're doing here. So the tank's obviously filling out a lot. Those leathers are getting huge. What's the plan with the corals?
It's really mostly going to let it continue to fill in naturally.
Yeah.
There's a few spots that I would like to kind of put a few more corals in there that, little pockets of area. There isn't a whole bunch of free space. But I would like to add a few more things in. Some of the lower rocks have some open area, but for the most part, I just want it to fill in. I like a tank that's just allowed to grow in and just be, you know, because I want it to look like a chunk of the ocean. I don't want it to just keep getting, I don't want to cut it down. I don't want to do any of that stuff.
I know mine, but what are some of your favorite corals in there?
Okay, so I have two, and I can't really choose between the two, but I'm going to say the Zoanthid Garden is going to be one of my favorite areas. There's like 15 different versions in there, and they've just grown in. Some are being overtaken by others, which is fine. Nature has its way. And it's really nice when you can kind of look from the top down, and geez, there's such little different ones tucked in there, but it's a huge rock covered. And then my other one is going to be our little hologram hammer. These guys, this one doesn't do it justice, but when it hits the light right, it has like every color of the rainbow in it.
Is it a wall hammer?
It is a wall hammer.
Nice.
Yeah. So it's got orange, yellow, pink, all the colors, and it's one that you don't see too often. So these are going to be my favorite too.
I'm sure a lot of you guys know I like star polyps. My favorite in this tank are the branching green star polyps that are in the back right.
Yeah, and they're growing fast. They're growing. And I'm letting them attach to the wall even. I'm just letting them do their thing because I know you love them. So they're living their life in that back corner, but they are restricted from growing this way.
Oh, I see.
Yes, they're allowed to just do
They're allowed to do something, but not all the directions. I got it. What is the fish list looking like?
So we have a good mix of fairy wrasses, tangs, and a group of anthias. And unfortunately, our coral beauty, which was one of the first set of fish that we put in there, does have a taste for some LPS coral.
Oh.
Which I knew was a risk when I put it in. Anytime you do a coral beauty flame, there is this risk. And he's also kind of psycho, likes to do loops around the power head. He's special. So some LPS has just not been okay. He likes Lobos, and he's liked some of the Blastos, unfortunately. So he has limited some of the LPS and killed a few things. So that's been fun. And was excited recently. We added a Zoster's butterfly to the aquarium. And this is one of those few like true reef safe butterflies.
Okay.
So I love him.
Very pretty.
He has always been one of my favorites. I remember, I'm dating myself, you know, like 10, 12 years ago, like they were like so hard to get. But so I knew whenever we're adding fish, I had to get one of those in there.
Nice. How do you approach coral placement and growth as things start to fill in?
Really knowing the type of growth structure and how they're going to fill out when you're placing them really matters.
Okay.
Because when you start placing corals, and especially ones that are going to grow onto the rock, knowing if they're going to spread out or if they're going to grow up and just how big they're going to get, and visually kind of understanding that when you place them is going to help you down the road. Because if you put one that's going to spread out and it's going to take over a rock that you have other stuff that's going to cover, you know, knowing that stuff helps a lot. So, but for now, like, I'm just letting them grow naturally, letting them figure out their own territory. You know, if something really is going to sting another thing, I'm going to kind of debate on if we let natural boundaries or not.
Excellent. So let's talk about coral feeding. What coral foods are you using right now?
So we feed with the Waterbox phytoplankton, coral superfood, and LPS superfood. So those are our main coral food, and then we also dose the coral aminos that we have. And then, you know, with feeding corals, I think a lot of people overlook maybe the importance of it, because can corals survive without you feeding them? Yes. Are they going to be as colorful and grow as much? Definitely not. Feeding is really important. So, and you'll see, we've done a lot of videos on coral nutrition, because I think it is super, super important. So those 3 coral foods we have covers pretty much every type of coral and all their nutrition needs that you could have. So, you know, broadcast feeding, spot feeding, and different types of meat versus vegetable, basically coral foods. And then the coral aminos kind of add that extra to help tissue growth and stuff. So feeding your coral as much as your system can handle nutrient-wise is going to do nothing but benefit your coral growth, better color, just better polyp extension, all of that stuff. So if you consider feeding your coral a huge benefit that I think a lot of people don't do enough of.
Are you doing anything in terms of fish health when it comes to feeding? Or is it just pellets or frozen food, or are you doing anything else?
We barely feed pellets. I really am not a fan of processed foods if you can avoid it. So we really rely on frozen food. A good mix, ones that have shrimp, veggies, different types of meat products. And with having tangs in here, you really have to have the sea veggie clip every day. We have anthias in here and wrasses. So, you really have to have that mysis shrimp and those meaty foods for them every single day. In addition to feeding high quality frozen food, we also are supplementing the food with our Waterbox garlic. Garlic boosts the immune system. It also helps, especially with new fish, if they're a little bit picky. It increases appetite. So it's a really good one to feed regularly. And then our fish aminos. So that's another one that just boosts health. It's going to help their color. Overall just enhances the food and just helps their overall health.
Isn't it funny that fish like garlic too? Like garlic is wonderful in our food.
I love garlic.
Smells great.
I know.
Makes you want to eat something.
I love putting garlic in their food. It smells so good.
Let's talk about the maintenance schedule. What does that look like weekly?
So every week, of course, we're cleaning the glass once or twice, depending on buildup, if we have that little bit of haze or not, how often. And we are changing our filter socks twice a week. Usually once a week, we clean out the skimmer cup. We're testing water once a week and feeding corals 1 to 2 times a week, depending on nutrient levels. If we can get away with it, we can do even more. And every single day we dose. And of course, every day you want to go through and do a visual check. Your fish, your corals, is everything okay? Is anything like any recession on a coral? Is anything closed up? Is all the fish look happy? Are they out? Anyone hiding? That should be a daily thing. You should take a look at.
Okay. What does your maintenance schedule look like for equipment like skimmers and pumps, which is something that I think a lot of people don't think about?
They do not. They don't. Try for 3 to 6 months. I mean, we don't have it like set in stone, but every 3 to 6 months, all your power heads, your return pumps, skimmer pumps, anything that has a motor should be cleaned. You will be so surprised, especially your return pump. You forget about it and you go and clean out your return pump and then you realize how much your flow is affected. And then when your flow is affected, your power heads or your return pump are not running, you realize, you're like, why am I getting algae? My sand looks bad. I'm starting to get more algae in my aquarium because your flow isn't good. So really staying proactive with cleaning those things every 3 to 6 months. I mean, it really kind of, that's enough.
Yeah.
Soak them in a little vinegar. There's a pump clean. CJ has a pump clean product. Any of those work well. Just get that biofilm grime off the motor and it's going to work so much better.
How often are you doing water changes, and what does your RODI prep look like?
Water changes every 2 weeks. So that is a strict
That's not
schedule. No.
I was figuring it was weekly. Shows how much I know.
Yeah. No, every 2 weeks. And like I said, it really usually is not for nutrient control on any of our aquariums. It is replenishment. And we do, depending, around that 20% every 2 weeks. And for RODI, we're very consistent on keeping our water clean. So, every time we're making water, we're checking the TDS on it, making sure that the DIs don't need to be changed, making sure our carbon and our sediment are changed regularly. We have a video, which is really good on, and one of the year of the reef is about RODI water and making salt and all that stuff, on when to change your filters, like timing, when your pressure drops a certain amount, it's time to change certain filters and stuff. So we're always making sure that our TDS is 1 or 2 at max for our output water. And since we use the Waterbox salt, we can mix it in 15 minutes and it's ready to use. So it's really fast process.
Yeah.
So we just pretty much, we have a large water vat system, which we should show in one of the videos. Pump the water over, throw the salt in, mix it, ready to go water change. So it is really, really easy. But changing those RDI filters on time is so important.
What tips would you give a hobbyist that wants to keep their tank looking this pristine and healthy long term?
Start with the right equipment. That is so important. Because if you don't, you're going to have so many challenges, and you're going to end up having to get the right equipment later, and you're going to spend so much more money. And then second to that, which is just as important, is have the right advice. You know, follow the right people, follow the right information, you know, and that's why Year of the Reef is like such an important series, is because every step is kind of laid out for you and really explained, and, you know, takes you through the process, tells you why, shows you how, you know, and if you follow something like that, you're going to do it the right way, and you're going to start on the right foot. And that just, it makes it so much easier. People fail so fast when you don't start out right.
Yeah.
You know, and then once you've got going and your tank's up, routine. Stay on a schedule. Do your maintenance. You know, don't rush anything. But, you know, it's just really consistency is so important once you're up and running.
Someone is watching right now and thinking, I want to build something like this. Where should they start?
Get the Plus Edition.
I agree.
Number
with that.
one, get the Plus Edition. It's just going to take the guesswork out of it. You're going to start on the right foot. You got everything. And then watch Year of the Reef or something similar. We have a lot of other builds too. That it's the same thing we're going to take you through. And really make sure you've got good guidance from the beginning so that you don't make very expensive mistakes or mistakes that make you not want to be in the hobby.
Yeah.
So many people leave because they don't do it right in the beginning.
Yeah. I do want to mention too, with the Plus editions, we don't include anything for aquascaping, because that's usually a personal preference. Like maybe you want your rock to look a specific way, or you want a specific type of sand. So we leave that up to you, but we do have Carib Sea Life Rock bundles that just designed specifically for each tank. So if you just want to get the bundle for the Life Rock, you can just easily go in there and pick which tank you're buying and buy that bundle.
Yeah, the bundles are great.
Yeah.
Gives you a lot of variety to choose and dig your own aquascape, but all the nice shapes of Carib Sea. And the Life Rock's great because it's pre-seeded with bacteria, so it's actually going to help you cycle. It's beautiful in purple. And you can see in any of our aquascaping videos for this one. We have one when we did the LX build. We have one on the Marine X. We have multiple aquascaping videos. You can see a lot of the types of rock that Carib Sea has and aquascaping with it.
So what makes the Infinia Plus edition such a good foundation for a reef keeper at really any level?
Like we were saying, it's easy.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong. You know, you start out with everything you need, equipment through chemistry.
And it's all professional level equipment too.
Yeah,
So it's,
you're not getting anything cheap. It's not
Yeah.
anything that, you know, isn't backed up in a great brand
Yeah.
in the industry. It's all amazing equipment.
yeah, that's a big deal too, because we don't, many of these products that are in this Plus edition are not our products.
Yeah.
But we're only going to put products that we trust.
It's the
in
same
them.
stuff we use here on every tank build, every aquarium, you know, everything that we do. We've used it, it's trusted.
Any sneak peeks on what's coming up for this series?
I can't believe it's coming to an end soon.
Oh wow.
So, episode 23 is the last one that we just recently dropped, and that's on water clarity. It's a great one on how to keep your water clear and all that. We have so many great topics in this that have already been dropped. And we have 3 more to go. 3 more great topics. So much good information. And the giveaway, the last giveaway is still going. So there's still a chance to win $2,000 on that giveaway. And it's just been a really good series. So if you haven't checked it out, go through. And any topics that you want to do, check out the series. And yeah, they're all on this page. You can find them on YouTube. Here, I mean, every topic, algae problems, maintenance, coral
yeah.
nutrition, like.
It's all there. And I do want to thank you guys, you and Ivan specifically, because you guys have busted your ass making this series, and it's taken a long time. So I'd appreciate it if our viewers, you guys definitely go check out Year of the Reef, because it has taken a tremendous amount of effort to build up that library of videos that guide you from A to Z.
Yeah.
Well, it's not completely done yet, but it will be soon, because we really wanted to do it for the full year. But definitely check it out and support that work that they did.
Yeah, it's been a process.
Yeah.
It's been a thing.
It sure has. All right. My first time interviewing you. That was cool. All right, cool. So,
every week without knowing, though.
yeah, true. It's just not as formal.
All right.
What are we ready for? Some winners?
I mean, if you want to give out money,
Let's give away some money.
All right. And some winners of gift cards. Ready?
Curtis Conrad, Kevin Branch, Jacob Magnan, Quentin Weber, Anthony Scalino, Brian Angel. The names are getting a little easier to read. Congratulations,
Woo!
you guys.
Congratulations. Your gift card will be emailed to you shortly. Hopefully you're choosing something awesome for your new Waterbox. And we have our intermission coming up.
We get to take a break, y'all.
But we are live streaming. You will have the beautiful Infinia that we were just talking about to watch if you want open chat. So you can still come hang out for that hour. And we'll take a break, but we are coming back at 4 o'clock.
Yes.
And this is all about our visit to Clearwater Aquarium and the rescue and rehabilitation efforts that they do. You don't want to miss it. It was an amazing visit. So we will see you at 4 o'clock.
See you guys.